Talking about Savor the Flavor at the Broadway Market. A great chance for you to reacquaint yourself with that historic landmark that is certainly seeing new life. Savor the Flavor coming up on the 27th, and it's a pleasure to have you both here. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Sandy, Savor the Flavor is becoming a very popular event. It's happening on a recurring basis.
Yes, we're very excited. We started last fall. We had a few sessions. We had a wonderful, wonderful Vigilia presentation at Christmas time. Vigilia is the Polish Lenten, Polish meatless dinner that is served on Christmas Eve, and so we had a presentation on that. We had Father Anselm from Corpus Christi Church with us.
He's dynamite.
Oh my gosh, he was a lot of fun. He actually, he should be on your show. He's that good. He's very.
Oh, he is.
We could use a little divine intervention.
There you go. He brought a lot of fun to the whole program. But we just actually put together a whole schedule for the whole year, which is great. So we'll have another one in February, March, May, June, July. We're doing actually a program in conjunction with the Beer Fest at the Central Terminal, cooking with beer, and a harvest theme, and get a couple more celebrity shows.
You know, with the advent of all these cooking shows and cooking channels and things of that nature, people love to cook, and they love to see cooking demonstrated and see new techniques and things of that nature. And it's a great way to show off the Broadway Market, you know, with all their fresh stuff and seeing it prepared right there, and then you can, after you see the demonstrations, you can go out and purchase some of the things and make them at home. It's real easy.
And I can't help but notice, Eddie, that you're standing in front of a cutting board.
You're very... Wow,
that.
you are. That's why you make the big bucks, Pete. You are so on top of your
You're working
game.
on a salsa?
Well, some of the things, basically what we're doing at this Broadway Market demonstration is Super Bowl themed things.
Right.
And the Super Bowl is upon us, so it's a good excuse to have a party, but it doesn't have to be Super Bowl. It could be anything. Just have some friends over. But basically the whole thing is making things easy, quick, so you can spend time with your friends and not have to spend hours and hours in the kitchen, which is easy to do. So one of the things we'll be making is a salsa, which I got this recipe from my cousin Lisa, who is a lawyer and has 3 children, so she doesn't have time to cook. She doesn't have a whole lot of time to spend in the kitchen, and this actually requires no cooking whatsoever. And I think the key ingredient is cilantro. So basically, we just chop some cilantro. I recommend using a bigger knife, but this is not a chopping knife, but you know, it was amazing that they even let me get this past security here. You know, they don't even let me use sharp implements back at the home. You know, I have to write letters with a crayon. But just all you do is you take some corn, canned corn, real simple. This is so simple you can do it in seconds. Canned corn, some canned black beans,
well,
and
coming together. And I like the color.
And some salsa, any brand that you prefer, hot, medium, or mild, whatever you like. Just mix those 3 things together. Some cilantro, chop the cilantro, throw the cilantro in, and some cumin, and some salt and pepper. Not a lot, you know. Again, to taste. We at the event we'll have recipe cards with actual amounts in it, but just you don't really want to use too much salt because there's usually a lot of salt in the salsa. And then just some lime juice.
Cousin Lisa's salsa recipe. She swears by it, right?
Lisa, well, she's a busy gal, and 3 kids under the age of 5, so she doesn't have a lot of time. But it is really that easy. You just mix it together like that. If you like some spice, you can put a little hot sauce in there. It's really that simple. That's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. It took about 40 seconds. Serve it with some chips. You can use homemade chips that Sandy will teach us how to make some low-fat. You can use whole wheat pita.
Way to go.
You know what's really good? This is very chunky. So what you want to do is have either very sturdy chips. They have those chips now that are like scoops.
The scoops.
Or serve it with a little spoon. Let me put a little more.
That looks excellent. That's very nicely done.
It smells nice, doesn't it?
Doesn't it smell good too?
Yeah, it really does.
Smells great.
Sandy, talk a little bit about some of the other things that will be happening.
Well, like Eddie said, I'm going to actually be showing you how to make your own baked pita chips or tortilla chips. Very, very simple. You can spice them up, or like I said, very low fat, very good. Eddie's also going to make his secret recipe for chili.
Really?
Yes, it's got some very interesting ingredients to it, sort of the black and white theme, like his
Black and white. Our
show.
TV show is black and white, so the chili has to be black and white. It actually is red, but there's black and white elements to it.
Yeah, which is great.
Very
And
intriguing. Very
What
intriguing.
what made you want to get involved with Broadway Market? What's the attraction for you?
First, I like to cook. I love to cook. I've been cooking since I was a child. But I grew up in the shadow of the Broadway Market, and Sandy and Carol called and said, you know, we're doing these things to try and get people back to the Broadway Market, to bring in not just the regular customers, but bring in tourist groups and people who wanted to see cooking demonstrations and entertainment and things of that nature. And it's just, you know, to breathe some life. I'm very pro-Western New York, pro-Buffalo.
That's good to see and good to hear as well.
Why not?
Indeed, Sandy, things are happening at the market. Before we began the segment, you were talking about some of the other the vendors there and some of the other
for
things
instance, we have a new vendor at the market, Melanie Sweets. She actually is at Theater Place downtown, and she has a store on Harlem, but she actually started at the Broadway Market. And she said, I'm at the point in my career right now, I want to come back to the market and end up here and bring what I've done, the success I've brought to the market also, which is fabulous.
Nice.
So she made these wonderful football cookies for us that people will be able to purchase that day or order for their own Super Bowl party. These are actually chocolate chip footballs, which are great, but she can make oatmeal, raisin, peanut butter, whatever you want. And the thing
they're all
is,
good, I'm sure.
yeah, they make it right there. On the premises, her ovens are right there. And she told me today she's actually starting to make bread there too, so you can get some good homemade bread at the Broadway Market.
Great.
One of the other recipes we'll be doing is my special recipe for creamy cornbread. Sometimes cornbread
With the
can
chili.
be a little
With the
bit
chili.
with the chili. You got it. Can be a little dry, but this one has a real creamy consistency to it also. And actually it starts out by using just a basic corn muffin mix that you buy in the store, but it's the ingredients you add to it that
All
are
easy
great.
stuff.
It's easy.
Anyone can do this. Anyone. If you're challenged in the kitchen, this is the place to be.
This is
Come down.
cooking 1.0.
That's right.
Broadway
And then
Demonstrate here.
Camellia Meats also recently came into the market, and they make these fabulous stuffed mushrooms. So that's another item that you can just purchase from the market, take home, throw in the oven for your Super Bowl party too. So we have a lot of options that can be purchased at the market, but things that you can make up yourself and have
Make it
a
easy and
tremendous
impress your
party.
guests, for sure. You know, a lot of people, Eddie, are going to think, well, Broadway Market, Holy Week, Easter time, I'll wait till then. Don't wait.
Well,
down
that's
now.
the thing. The Broadway Market is really a year-round destination, and it's extremely, extremely fresh stuff. So, you know, if people are looking to get the freshest of ingredients, why not go right to the source? And the Broadway Market is a great place, and it wasn't. Years ago, it was a place that people went shopping every single day, and it is open all the time. So it's not just at Easter time. Easter time is a great time to go, and it's very festive, but it's open all year round, and there's great stuff there all year round, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Easter, whether it's, you know, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
it's always a good time to go. And, you know, Sandy, I mentioned coming into the segment, it's a landmark in Buffalo. And Eddie
It
saying
is.
people shop every day. It really is. There are other communities around the country that want markets like the Broadway
Well,
Market.
it's amazing. When we started this initiative, we started talking to people, and everyone had a story about the Broadway Market.
Right.
Their families went there, traditions, the butter lambs that were bought at Easter time, they all had some memory of the Broadway Market. So it is a Buffalo tradition. It is a real treasure that the city should embrace more, and we're hoping that eventually it'll be one of those wonderful places that people will come year-round to.
Butter lamb's a good gimmick, though. I was thinking maybe for Super Bowl we could have a butter goalpost.
There you go.
Yes,
There you
you
go.
got to keep it cold, though. It keeps falling down.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because one of the things we're thinking, and Carol and I are working, is to actually do like a Christmas market, very much like they do in the European countries. And one of the things we were trying to think of something, and we were thinking of maybe doing a butter carving contest.
Oh, there's a big one in Chicago. A big, Christmas thing.
That's
a lot of
exactly,
sense. It
we're
would be
hoping to
fabulous.
pattern after. So.
Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank
now,
you.
For people who want more information, Sandy, should they just show up at the market? Or
No,
should
no,
they
no.
call,
You've
or-
got to call and make reservations.
Good.
We have a limited amount of seating, and we want to make sure there's enough food. I think we have the number 839-5150, and you can call for reservations there. And you know, I'll be happy to take those reservations, and hopefully we'll see you at the market.
We're always happy to talk to you. Eddie, nice to have you on the show. Thanks for
Pleasure.
being here.
Thanks,
Sandy,
Pete.
great to
Thank
see you
you.
as well.
Same here.
Savor the Flavor at the Broadway Market. That Western New York landmark is looking for you. We're taking a break here.